Good evening. As a child, who said they wanted to be a doctor? I know I did. Sitting in class, I'm sure your teacher asked you and your classmates what you all wanted to be when you grew up. Someone may have said they wanted to be a police officer. Someone may have said they wanted to be a teacher, or a lawyer, or a doctor, or a nurse. But as times change, career choices have changed. Maybe it's because you know how much money someone makes in a certain field, or maybe you've learned how long it takes to go to school for certain careers. Someone come up to you and say you should join the medical field. Some people are like, no, I don't want to go to school for 12 years to be a doctor, or I don't want to be a nurse and have to wipe butts all day. Funny how people think, but they fail to realize that there are so many different paths to take when you enter into the medical field. Walking through the door into the medical field, you are walking into a hallway full of doors, because being in the medical field, it's endless opportunities. There are so many levels when entering into the medical field. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't want to be a nurse. Fine. What about a radiology technician? According to radiologyschool411.com, radiology techs start off at about $63,000 a year. Or how about a dental hygienist? That's also medical. And according to alliedhealthschools.com, they start off at about $77,000 a year, and that can go up to $90,000 a year. Now, you may be one of those people who say, hey, you want some action, but you don't like being in one place for too long. Okay, there's a job for that too. How about a traveling surgical technician? That job can take you from Florida to New York to California, working in the operating room alongside of a surgeon, seeing different things every day. Nothing ever the same. And that job, that career, you can make about $74,000 a year. And this is just to name a few of the opportunities if you're entering into the medical field. Medical workers are needed everywhere and not just in Georgia. So it leaves you room to grow in the medical field. You can start off with being a medical assistant and go to school and become a nurse. Or you can be a nurse and decide you want to be a nurse practitioner. There are so many different avenues to take when you're in the medical field. You don't just have to settle. There's so much room to grow. Not to mention how times have changed in the last 20 years. Take technology, for example. Technology has changed. It has changed the way research can be done. It allowed medical providers to use new tools and new ideas to practice medicine for the future. Technology has also made patient care safer. The fact that you will see a nurse or a doctor walking around with a handheld computer, putting important information about their patient into this computer, is amazing. Now you don't have to go off of memory and trying to write something down and have an error be made. In this day and age, there is a dire need for workers in the medical field. And although technology is changing the world, people, patients, we still need a human touch, a human voice, a smile. You have to have heart. You have to have compassion for the job. You have to have respect for the job and the patient. You have to be willing to not only talk, but to listen to your patient. You have to have a positive attitude and genuinely love to care for people. Not just waiting on that deposit to hit your checking account every 2 weeks. Growing up, you may have said, yes, I want to be a doctor. And then you changed your mind. But the medical field, so many avenues that you can travel down, so many roads that you can take. The possibilities are endless. Thank you.